Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams, and I am going to make a creamy broccoli and chicken and broccoli casserole. It's going to be amazing, and it is simple to make. We are going to use shredded chicken that is pre-cooked. Galilea is who is playing in a virtual headset and is pretty loud. Galilea, bring your volume down. So we are going to mix all our ingredients. We're going to put them in a Pyrex and put them in the oven, which is preheated to 375 degrees. And if you like casserole, tell me like it in the comments. If you're not sure, put not sure. If you would leave it, put leave it. I would love to know. And this is going to be very, very good. So actually I was going to, I'm going to use this one. Maybe. I'm trying to think if it's too big. This is not big enough. That is what I wanted to see, is I needed my bigger pot or pan for most of this. I'm going to move this after I mix part of it. So this is where I shredded my chicken, but I'm not using all the chicken that I cooked. So I'm using 4 cups of chicken. But first we're going to make the liquidy part, which is going to be, I'm actually thinking maybe I want to move it into another container. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm going to use it here. I'm going to mix it here. So I have 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, and I have half a cup of sour cream. Half a cup of sour cream. And I have 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, full fat cream cheese. That is, I softened it in the microwave for a minute. Now this is going to be pretty simple spices, and really, really delicious and simple. Soraya wanted broccoli and chicken tonight, so that is what we're having. And this was a simple way that she was in agreement with. So I want my cream cheese to be softened enough. It did its little popping thing, so make sure you cover it, because I did want it to be soft enough that I could easily mix it with all of this. Now I'm going to, I don't have all of the, it's a little chunky, but it's okay. So I'm going to leave it like this for now. And I am going to transfer my chicken so that I'm not using, so I can use this big bowl, because I'm going to add my broccoli and my chicken here. And then I'm going to mix it with this cream mixture and with some cheese too. So actually I'm going to do that first. The cheese, I forgot to add the cheese. In here, we're going to put 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. I'm using cheddar. Tell me in the comments what kind of cheese, what flavor of cheese you would use. I want to leave, I'm actually going to leave, this is like a whole block that's shredded. It's about 2 cups of cheese. I'm going to leave 1/2 cup of cheese for the top. It's a little bit more maybe for the top, because I want it to have a cheesy top. And then I want to mix that with this cheese, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, cheesiness. This is obviously not something to have every single night, but it is delicious. I mean, it's a lot of cheese, which is great. Just maybe not an every single night thing. All right, now it's mixed well. Now I'm going to add my 4 cups of shredded chicken. And to this, and I actually should, I keep going back and forth. I'm making this up. This recipe tonight is making it up tonight. So now we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. We're going to do it in this mixture. I think it'll mix easier, more evenly. So 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Now we're going to use a full teaspoon of basil, dried basil. A full teaspoon of dried basil. I have some more, but this is enough. It's exactly enough, actually. A full teaspoon of dried basil, a full teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder. A teaspoon and a half of garlic powder. This is the teaspoon and a half. All right, we're almost there. Whoop, that's good. Teaspoon and a half, and then 2 teaspoons of pink salt. 2 teaspoons of pink salt. 1 and 2. Okay. Now we can mix this all with this creaminess so that it's well combined, and then it will more easily combine with the chicken. Ooh, it's looking so good. Okay, now we get to take our chicken and add our broccoli. So I have 36 ounces of broccoli. I'm using 3 bags of broccoli, and I already cooked them. So if you're using frozen broccoli, cook it and drain the water, or steam it in a pot and drain the water. I'm gonna make sure that I have the water drained. There was a little bit left. And then if you're using fresh broccoli, you could do the same thing, but it depends on if you want it to be a little bit, I want it to be, make sure it's soft and not crunchy. But if you're okay with it being crunchy, then fresh broccoli is great. And then I have my 3rd one. Make sure that I got it all out. My 3rd bag. So this is definitely broccoli. This is the only veggie that we're using in this whole dish. So I wanted to make sure that we're using a lot because we also have a lot of chicken. So it's high protein, low carb. I knew there was another one in there. Got it. So tell me, casserole if you, or put like it if you like casserole. And leave it if you don't. This casserole is going to be very much like a, serve it with a spatula, like scoop it out, kind of cut it out. And it's not going to be overly runny because we drained the steamed broccoli. And with the what we're using for the cheeses, it'll be perfect. So I want to make sure that I have broccoli infused in all of my chicken spots. I know I have a lot of chicken in here, and I don't want there to be just chicken in some spots. I want there to be broccoli in every spot. Now we're going to mix all of this with our creamy mixture. And I might use a different set of spoons to do that. I might mix more easily with this. So I'm going to spoon all of my mixture into here, and then we will be able to mix it. And thankfully I have the spatula so I can get it all out of here, and I don't have to worry about that I used 2 different bowls. But I wouldn't get it all, but I'm getting it all. Okay, now let me mix this. And I'll be able to use this spatula again once I go to transfer it. So I'm gonna move it all around. I do want it to be well combined, and you do want this a big bowl for this because it is thick. This isn't like a soupy mixture, so I want to make sure that it all gets all around. And the shredded chicken isn't slippery, so it sticks. Right, it's getting there. We're getting there. It's heavy. It is heavy, and it looks delicious. And I know I have a big chunk of cheesy mixture here, so I want to get that down there. Get down there, moved up here. This is the hardest part. It's mixing these two parts together. And then, maybe I'll even call this like a bake. Fricassee. So I think this is, maybe I'll rename this. You tell me what you think. Should I call it a casserole? My hand needs a little bit of rest. Should I call it a casserole or a bake? A creamy or cheesy? I'm just making it up today. So I think that I might call it a cheesy chicken and broccoli bake. I'm changing the name. I'm going to change it in the description of this live. A cheesy chicken and broccoli bake. There's a part that I just saw that was very untouched chicken. I don't want untouched chicken. Okay. Yeah, there's another little part in the center here that is untouched chicken. It needs to touch the gooiness. It needs to be with this great cheesy bit. Okay, now I think I've got it. I think that it is well combined now. Whew, that was a workout. I have carpal tunnel in my hands. I can feel it. All right, now here it is. It is heavy. It is gooey, and it's gonna be delicious. Now I already have avocado oil in my 9x13 Pyrex. That greased. You could use coconut oil, olive oil, what did I say? Avocado oil. You could use butter. You could use, yeah, one of those. Now I'm going to evenly spread this across the whole thing. And flatten it into one layer. I still have a good amount more, but I want to make sure that I get it in all parts equally, as equally as I can anyways. I see some spots over here. This spot needs some chicken and cheese. That spot needs some chicken and cheese. This spot needs some chicken and cheese. Right there too. Okay. Now, get this last bit of gooiness. Tell me where you're watching from. Thumbs up, hearts. Share this video so you can make it later. You're going to want to try this. And our Black Friday sale of my Mom Magic Ketones is here. It has begun. Well, it's a pre-sale right now. It has begun. So if you want to be on my Black Friday Ketones Black Friday list to know if there's any sales, when any sales drop, put VIP in the comments so that I can send you a message as soon as anything changes or drops, because as you know, Black Friday can get kind of full of all the things. That way I can remind you if you are looking to take advantage of an amazing sale. All right, now I just need to add to the top my cheese, my leftover cheese. And I want to put it in all the parts. So you do want to leave a good amount that you can cover. You want to cover the whole top. It doesn't need to have like every little square inch covered, but enough that you have most of the holes covered. I would actually probably have left out just a little bit more because I want to have all these little holes covered, but it's going to be really good. All right, now we've got it. Let me show you. Now I'm going to put it in the oven 375 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. I want my cheese to be melted, closer to that bubbling space. So that's a little, almost like, you know, crusty. Not crusty, you don't want it crusty, but almost like that. All right, that's it. From my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.